What is up, guys? It's your boy Spark right here, back at it again with another video. Now in this video I'm going to be doing a tier list on the Pokemon mainline games. Before I get into it, these are my personal opinions, so please be mindful of that. Some of these games I have not even played or even finished, but a good amount of them I have played, or at least one version of them. Anyways, let's get right into it. So starting off, we have let's start with Pokemon Red, which is here. I haven't finished it, and I have started playing it through my Pokemon 20th anniversary edition 3DS, which is right here actually, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool console. And I even have the cover plates here, but I digress. We're not here to talk about limited edition consoles here. That might be another time. Anyways, I haven't finished it. I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna keep playing it later on whenever I have the time. Moving on to Pokemon Blue, I straight up haven't played it just because I'm just wanted to start with Red. Next up, we have Pokemon Yellow. I do have a physical copy of the game, but I haven't finished it yet. I'm just trying to do I think the Bugle glitch is still in Pokemon Yellow, but I haven't finished it. Again, I'm enjoying it, and I actually do have a physical copy of it. Moving on to Pokemon Gold, which is right here. I haven't finished it either. I need to. And again, I'm enjoying it. I just need to play whenever I get around to it. Pokemon Silver, where is it? Right here. I haven't played it. I haven't bought the game. I could buy it on the 3DS. Actually, no, I can't buy it on the 3DS. They shut down the eShop for it. I think it is on the emulator, though, for the Switch, but I could be wrong. Pokemon Crystal, I haven't played it. I would love to find a physical copy of this game if I could. A real copy of it, not the fake pirated versions of the game. Next up we have Pokemon Ruby, which is right here. I haven't played it. I don't think it's definitely not on the Switch Online membership. It didn't even make it to the 3DS eShop. I could have bought the game when I found it, but I just didn't. I think I found it somewhere, either at a flea market or at a Comic-Con, but I just didn't buy it. Haven't played it. And the same thing could be said about Pokemon Sapphire. Now, Pokemon Fire Red, though, I haven't finished it, but this is going to be an exception where I'm going to put it on A tier because it's a really fun game. I almost finished it, but I just didn't beat the Leaf 4 and I just wanted to start over from the beginning. It's really fun. I honestly think, in my opinion, this is a great game, in my opinion. Like, it's one of the best ways, in my opinion, to experience the Gen 1 games. And it's on the Nintendo Switch Online membership, or Nintendo Switch Online Plus membership, whatever they called it. You can play it on the Switch. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's on the eShop. It is actually on the eShop. But I'm not buying it on the eShop. Not only because I have Fire Red, but because if I'm going to buy a game on the eShop, it's going to be Pokemon Leaf Green. Which, speaking of, I haven't played it. Straight up. Next up is Pokemon Emerald. I have a physical copy of the game, but it's unfortunately one of those fake pirated games, or it's just not a legit physical copy of the game. But I really enjoyed it. I really did. I think it's actually hands down one of the two best ways to enjoy the Gen 3 games. So for that reason, actually, I'm going to put it in S tier because there's a lot to love about Emerald, especially since you can battle both the Team Aqua and Team Magma teams. It's truly the best way to experience Gen 3. Better than Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which I'll get into later. Anyways, let's move on to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which I haven't played Pearl. I never bought the game. Never owned it. Never played Diamond and Pearl. I didn't play. Pokemon Platinum, I did play, actually. I'm going to put it in B tier since, I'll be real, it's a really good game, but for some reason, the pacing of the game just doesn't hit right for me. It feels a little slow. Like, I don't know if it's just the character movement, but the music is great. The graphics are great. or like, or I guess the art style of the game is great, I should say. The gym battles are fun. There's so much to love about this game. And it's honestly the best way to experience the Gen 4 games. And it, like I said for Pokemon Emerald, it's better than the remake. It's a better experience than the remakes, I should be saying. I'll get into the remakes later. Pokemon Heart Gold, I actually did play and finished. I'm gonna put it in A tier as well. I actually have a Pokewalker. It's not with me right now, but it's a really fun game. I really enjoyed it. I think there's so much to love about it. And not only that, you're able to catch legendaries from different regions or different generations up to Gen 4. It's such an awesome game. And the mystery gift events are really cool. I just wish I had Heart Gold to at the time when it released so I can enjoy these mystery gift events. But at least I had the action replay attachment, which is kind of like the cheat code. I guess you could call it a cheat code, or I guess you could say it's a game. I don't know what you really want to call what it's really considered, but basically the action play on a DS allows me to say, "Hey, I want to I want to unlock this mystery gift in Pokemon Heart Gold," or like, "Hey, I want the shiny Giratina in Pokemon Black and White." Like you can write that even though you missed those mystery gifts. Or you can say, "Hey, I want the Celebi so that I can be able to experience the Celebi event in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver." Anyways, I'm not going to get too much into that. Soul Silver, I couldn't enjoy. Or not that I couldn't enjoy, I just didn't play it. I wish I got the game just to enjoy it in a different manner, but no biggie. Anyways, Pokemon Black. I played Pokemon Black. It's actually my first introduction to the Pokemon games. In fact, uh, played it quite a bit, especially helping my cousin, one of my cousins, beat the game or through it. We had a lot of fun playing it together, and I really enjoyed this game. I'm gonna put it in an S tier. It's a really, really fun game, but it's not the first Pokemon game I've ever owned, because the first one I've owned is actually Pokemon White. I got Pokemon White because I think Zekrom was still a really cool legendary Pokemon, and I just wanted to be able to catch Pokemon that my cousin couldn't get, so that we could trade each other the, I guess, the version exclusive Pokemon, so that we can be able to trade Pokemon and get those version exclusives to, I guess, complete the Pokedex as best as possible. I never completed it, neither did he. But Pokemon White is so much fun. The music is so memorable. It's so beautiful. I think it's Black and White, in my opinion, is just hands down the best Pokemon games ever. And I think whenever I look back and played all these Pokemon games, the ones that came out before and after, Black and White, in my opinion, did the best thing that any game could do. And that was, and I think this is gonna be it's gonna be one of those opinions that I think a lot of some Pokemon fans are gonna disagree with, but I like that it just locked out all the game Pokemon that was previously established and just forced the player to catch the Gen 5 Pokemon before you completed the main storyline game. It's such a cool thing. I think it's a really great way to experience new Pokemon games, new generations. And I wish that the Pokemon company, or really Game Freak, could do this going forward in Gen. I don't even know what generation we're in. That's how many Pokemon games we've gotten. I don't feel like doing the math, but the music is memorable. The gameplay is very memorable. The art style is so awesome. And very, very easy to argue that is the best art style in all the Pokemon games. I think the newer 3D games they're the same. They've been the same since Pokemon X and Y. Anyways, I'm going to move on to Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. I have finished these games, by the way. I'm going to put these games in S tier because I think for follow-up, I think this was a really great way to handle a direct sequel to previously released games. The story was awesome. Same thing as art style, same thing as music, very memorable, the best. I still think black and white is more enjoyable than black to and white too, but but I just still really enjoy these games hands down. And I remember being really excited to play these games, to be able to get it when it launched. And I got both versions for uh my birthday at the time. Or at least it was a birthday gift from my mom. One version, and I bought the other for myself just cuz I just really wanted to experience both games on my own without needing to rely on my cousin or anyone else to complete the Pokedex. And again, I didn't complete the Pokedex. Moving on to Pokemon X, which I didn't play. I didn't play Pokemon X, but I did play Pokemon Y, which that's tough between C and D. I'm going to put it in D tier because it was very fun. But to me, it just felt like a too short of a game, too easy of a game. Actually, I'm going to put it, yeah, D tier. The 3D graphics were fun, but it's kind of underwhelming if I'm being real. It was a lot of fun, but just very underwhelming. There wasn't really much of a any post game activities to accomplish. There really wasn't, except for the Battle Chateau, I believe it was called, but I don't know. It was okay. It's just there's just better Pokemon games. The legendaries were okay. The villain team was just very uninteresting, very weird, and I just didn't really enjoy it. I wish there was mystery gift events, unique ones, but there just wasn't that many. And there's just so many theories and hopes that we would get Pokemon Z, which we did get Z, but in the form of Legends, AZ. But just wasn't very, I guess, memorable too. I like that we had the character customization options, but just I can care less about replaying this game if I had the chance to. Let's move on to Pokemon Omega Ruby. I haven't finished this, but this is going to be one of the few exceptions. I'm going to put it in A tier. And I did finish Alpha Sapphire, but I'm going to put these games together in A tier because if you didn't have Emerald or Emerald, this is another way or a different way to enjoy the Gen 3 games. I love what they did implementing the Mega Evolutions. They updated the character designs. Our style is still fun, and it's so much fun flying around the Hoenn region on Latios or Latios, depending on which version you got. It's so much fun. These games, I might actually argue, yeah, I can easily make the argument of all the remakes we've gotten from Game Freak, these two are hands down the best remakes that the Game Freak has ever released. It's actually that's kind of up there with Fire Red, but in terms of doing something different, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire did something right, hands down. And I love that they did the Primal. I think it was called Primal Evolutions. It's been a while, but it's pretty cool. And I like that they gave Mega Evolution to Rayquaza. In fact, they gave, I think it was Delta episode, I think the post game story was called. That was really cool. Really cool and memorable. And the music, they did such a great job at remaking the soundtrack. Hands down. Really great job. Props to you, Game Freak, for making these two games. Now let's move on to Pokemon Sword, which I didn't play. Pokemon Shield. I I think I'm gonna put this in F tier because I'll be real. It was fun, but like Pokemon Y, it was too easy. In fact, it was way too linear, like way too linear. And it just got boring so fast. So fast. I think it was cool that they implemented like a kinda, sorta free roam with your friends. Not quite. It's kind of lackluster if I'm being real. I mean, it's not like if I really had anyone to enjoy Pokemon Sword and Shield with, anyways, but the thought counts, I guess. But it's just very underwhelming. I can care less about the legendaries. I can who were the villains for this game? That's the point. It's not a very memorable experience, and I can care less. The post game was okay. Anyways, I actually just realized I skipped Sun and Moon, which I didn't play Moon, but I did play Sun, which I'm gonna put. That's kind of tough. I'm gonna put Sun here. Ultra Sun I didn't play, and Ultra Moon in C. And the reason why I say that, the reason why I did Ultra Moon higher than the Sun is because Sun, I think it was a fun game to play. It was fun, but I keep forgetting about this generation. Um, it was still fun. I like what they did. It was very unique, very different way of approaching gym battles or gym challenges, I guess I could say, and the Elite Four. Um, the starters were great. I enjoyed them, but actually, no. Let me take a step back. 2 out of 3 of the starters were good. The fire starter Litten and the grass type Rowlet were great starters. But what was it? Piplio? It was a water type? I can care less about Piplio. What a joke of a starter, in my opinion. Hands down. But my thing is that these games were not very memorable. And Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon didn't need to happen. It truly didn't. They could have just done a, well, I don't know. I don't know what you could have done if they just wanted to release just a third version or like this generation's version of Emerald or Crystal. But if you want to enjoy this is Gen 7. The Gen 7 games, I think Ultra Sun and Moon are the best ways to experience it. But even then, it's just, the reason why it's slow is just because to me, it's just not the most memorable thing. They updated the character model, which looks better than what the character models looked in X and Y. And I like the character customization. But again, very unmemorable experience. Moving on to we're actually missing 2 games. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I'm gonna add this to the list actually. You guys don't see my whole screen, but we're gonna add that. Choose file. Can't believe I'm doing this on camera or while I'm recording, but who cares? And Eevee, which by the way, I can care less about. Well, no, it's not that I couldn't care less. Let's go. Let me get into it right now. We're having some fun. Okay, using this time to think about it. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I didn't play this version, but I did play Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in C tier because no. Well, I'm gonna put it in D tier. I don't have a lot of incentive to finish. You know what? I'm gonna put it in. I have not played or finished. I haven't finished it, to be real, but it's just I don't have much incentive to finish. Let's Go Eevee. It's I don't know. These games definitely didn't need to happen, but I think it's pretty unique that they went about it by implementing the Pokemon Go mechanics or catching mechanics. It's interesting. But yeah, as I said earlier, I think Pokemon Fire is the best way to experience the Gen 1 games, hands down. But I forget Let's Go Eevee exists. All right, let's get back to it. Pokemon Legends Arceus. I played this game, and I think it's a step in the right direction for the Pokemon franchise. I truly do. I truly do believe that this is a step in the right direction. And I'm going to put it in B tier because, like I said, a step in the right direction, breath of fresh air. There's I'd like to see more Legends games. I mean, aside from Legends EA, which I haven't started yet. I haven't started playing that game, but yeah. Arceus was so much fun. The story is pretty interesting. It's pretty cool to see characters that resemble previously established characters in the Pokemon lore. I just haven't finished it. I actually haven't 100% finished it. I just need to catch or complete the Pokedex to catch Arceus. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I think it's something unique, and Game Freak did something right with this. Moving on to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which I didn't play Pokemon Violet, but I have played Pokemon Scarlet, which if the game optimization was there, I would have put it in A tier because I think the idea was great. I think it was so much fun. But I'm going to put it in C tier because it was a really fun game, but the game optimization was so poorly done. So poorly done. And I did finish the DLC, which was fun to play. It was fun, and I actually finished the DLC, but it's just what hurts is the game optimization. The frame rate was not always 60 frames per second. Yes, you have the Nintendo Switch upgrade, or if you play on Switch 2, I believe you can get it to run at a more consistent 60 frames per second. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. It's kind of a shame because the idea was there. It's fun, and you can even go travel around the. I don't even remember the region name, but you could travel around with your friends. Like you could join up in the open world, but other than that, it's just not the best game, hands down. Lastly, we have Pokemon Legends ZA, which, as I've said, I did not play. And with that being said, I'll just give you guys my thoughts before I end the video. I think that it's a very interesting game. It's something I would have wanted like 10 years ago. Sorry, not 10 years ago, 14 years ago about. And I just bought the game at Costco for $30 actually, which is pretty good deal. Not trying to flex that, but I'm kind of in agreement with a lot of people with the fact that you have a very profitable franchise. Game Freak has a very profitable franchise, and yet they didn't invest more money into hiring voice actors. Because I've seen clips where there are character movements and dialogue going on, mouths moving and opening, but no voice acting, which is pretty weird in this day and age. And after all, in Legends of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom, you have voice acting. Hyrule Warriors, you also have some voice acting. And yet, Game Freak can't get voice acting in Legends EA. And not only that, you could have made Lumio City look graphically better. You've made Game Freak, you've made games that look better. And an upcoming game looks better. And I know there's going to be it was made for the Switch 1. I get that. But that's just kind of underwhelming. Aside from that, though, I'm sure gameplay-wise, it's fun. Maybe not the best. But I still imagine it's going to be a really fun game before I start playing Legends CA. Anyways, guys, that wraps up my Pokemon tier list video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. This list would get updated, I believe, once Pokemon Wind and Waves comes out in 2027, which I am really excited for it. Those games, just with what I've seen, look very promising. And I mean, very promising. I just hope that Nintendo does not have any or Game Freak, I should be saying, does not have any problems properly optimizing the game when it releases. Anyways, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.